Hello, welcome back to our channel. In a stunning turn of events, Jada Hunter's life has been turned upside down, and it all started with an overheard conversation that shattered her world. What was supposed to be the happiest time of her life quickly unraveled into a nightmare that no one could have predicted. Jada never imagined that she would learn of her ex-fiancé's shocking betrayal in such a humiliating way. The whispers of an affair reached her ears like a cruel joke, but the truth was far worse than anything she could have anticipated. Her former groom-to-be had been caught red-handed with none other than a bachelorette party stripper, and the betrayal didn't stop there. Javi Hernandez, her close confidant, was the one who pieced the puzzle together. He had walked in on the indiscretion and was left stunned to discover that his own cousin, the man she was supposed to marry, had slept with the beautiful dancer on the eve of their wedding. Jada was blindsided. The man she had once trusted with her heart had done the unthinkable, and she couldn't help but wonder what had led him down this path. Had he truly changed so much since his accident? He had seemed different after waking from the coma, but she had attributed it to the trauma of his injuries. However, his cold indifference and reckless choices left her questioning whether she had ever really known him at all. Javi, too, struggled to believe that his cousin could stoop so low. This wasn't just a lapse in judgment, it was a complete betrayal of everything Rafe had once stood for. But as much as Javi wanted to protect Jada from the truth, he knew that she deserved to hear it. A wedding is no place for a jilted bride to learn of her groom's infidelity, but the weight of the secret became too much to bear. He finally decided to tell her, hoping it would prevent her from making the mistake of forgiving the man who had hurt her so deeply. But what Javi and Jada didn't realize was that the man who had broken her heart wasn't Rafe at all. The real Rafe Hernandez had been replaced by an imposter, Arnold Feniger. The man who had deceived Jada, who had broken her heart, and who had tarnished Rafe's reputation wasn't her fiancé at all, but a carefully planted double. The switch had been so seamless that no one had suspected a thing, and now the real Rafe remained a prisoner while his life was being torn apart by an imposter. As Jada grappled with her heartbreak, she had no idea that the man she once loved was in grave danger. Rafe had been held captive since New Year's Eve, first in the hidden depths of the DiMera Mansion's wine cellar, and later transported to the eerie town of Armid. His only hope for survival lay in his ability to outwit his captors, but the odds were stacked against him. His only companion in his prison? The enigmatic woman in white, Rachel Blake. If he was to have any chance of reclaiming his life, he would have to find a way to escape, and soon. Meanwhile, Jada's troubles didn't end with her broken engagement. The fallout from her personal life had bled into her career, and she soon found herself ousted from the police department. The very place where she had built her reputation now seemed to turn its back on her, and she couldn't shake the feeling that someone powerful was pulling the strings behind the scenes. Could it be DiMera who had orchestrated her removal? If so, why? Determined not to go down without a fight, Jada found herself seeking solace, and perhaps something more, in the presence of Sean Brady. The brooding detective had always been a steady presence in her life, but now she needed his support more than ever. Would he be the one to help her uncover the truth behind her sudden fall from grace? Or was there more danger ahead that neither of them had yet foreseen? As the walls closed in on her, Rafe's captivity remained a mystery to all except those who had conspired to keep him hidden. However, fate had a way of unraveling even the most carefully laid plans. Steve Johnson and Brady Black had begun their own search for Ava Vitale, following a trail of breadcrumbs that led them straight to Armid. But would they find more than they bargained for? The secrets hidden within the walls of the town's abandoned mansion held more than just the answers they sought, they held the key to Rafe's salvation. But time was running out. If Jada continued down the path of believing her ex had betrayed her, would she ever uncover the truth? And what would happen when the real Rafe finally broke free? Love, betrayal, and darts. Jada and Sean find comfort in each other in the latest episode of Days of Our Lives. Emotional turmoil takes center stage as Jada Hunter drowns her sorrows at Brady's pub, only to find unexpected solace in the company of Sean Brady. The two wounded souls, each carrying their own burdens, share a night of laughter, honesty, and friendly competition, all while wrestling with the painful realities of love and betrayal. Drowning sorrows at Brady's, Jada sits alone at the bar, nursing her drink, lost in thought. She isn't drinking for pleasure, she's drinking to forget. But forgetting doesn't come easy, especially when the wounds are fresh. When Sean spots her, he doesn't just walk by. He stops. He cares. Are you sure you want to get drunk again? Sean asks, concern evident in his tone. Jada lifts her glass and gives him a small, wry smile. I'm already halfway there. Might as well finish the job. Sean doesn't press further, not yet. Instead, he slides onto the bar stool next to her, his presence steady and familiar. Is this about Rafe? He asks after a moment. Jada sighs, rubbing her temples. He's different, Sean. Ever since the coma, it's like he's a whole new person. And not in a good way. He looks at me like I'm a stranger. Her voice wavers, frustration laced with hurt. I don't understand what happened. I thought we were something. Now, I'm not sure what we are. Sean watches her carefully. He's no stranger to heartbreak. Drinking won't fix it, he says gently. How about a game instead? Jada raises an eyebrow. A game. Darts. She scoffs. I don't even know how to play. Lucky for you, you've got the best teacher in town. A lesson in more than just darts. Sean leads her to the dartboard, handing her a dart. All right, stand here, relax your grip a little. Jada narrows her eyes as she takes aim, but predictably, her first throw is terrible. The dart lands far off the target. She groans in frustration. Okay, Sean says, moving behind her. Here's a trick. Let me help. Before she can protest, he steps in close, his hands gently guiding her arm. His touch is steady, strong. His scent familiar and comforting. He moves with her as she lines up the shot. Their breathing falls into sync. She releases the dart. It hits closer to the target this time. See? Not bad, Sean says, his voice warm. Jada turns to him, a grin spreading across her face. You're a pretty good teacher. Their eyes lock for just a second, just long enough for something unspoken to pass between them. But before the moment stretches into something deeper, Jada looks away, returning her attention to the dartboard. All right, what other tricks do you have? She teases, nudging him playfully. Target practice. With an emotional edge, Sean smirks and picks up his own dart. Sometimes when I need extra motivation, I imagine someone's face on the board. Like who? EJ. Jada laughs. You really hate that guy, huh? Sean's expression darkens slightly. Let's just say he and I have some unfinished business. Jada hesitates, then decides to take a chance. Speaking of EJ, Belle was at the mansion when I stopped by earlier. The dart in Sean's hand tightens in his grip. His jaw clenches. So, they're still. He trails off, unable to finish the sentence. Jada shifts awkwardly. I can't say for sure, but the way she was acting. I don't know, Sean. I just thought you should know. Sean exhales sharply, nodding. He steps forward, eyes locked on the target, and throws his dart with force. Bullseye. Jada watches him, sympathy flickering in her gaze. You really should be a professional, she quips, trying to lighten the mood. He manages a half-smile. Your turn. She picks up a dart and mirrors his previous stance. This time, her shot is straight and precise. Another bullseye right into the imagined face of EJ. She turns to Sean, triumphant. I win. Sean shakes his head, amused. You know I let you win, right? She rolls her eyes. Sure you did. His expression softens. You needed a win tonight. She looks at him, then really looks at him. What I need is a friend. Thank you, Sean. His smile is genuine. Always. A night of distraction, but what comes next? As the night wears on, Jada and Sean continue their game, the weight of their problems momentarily lifted by laughter and friendly competition. But as the drinks dwindle and the reality of their respective heartbreaks creeps back in, they both know that this night was just that, a distraction. Still, in the midst of pain, there is something comforting about knowing that even in the darkest times, there's someone willing to stand by your side, offering a steady hand and an encouraging smile. Whether this new bond between Sean and Jada remains a friendship or evolves into something more, only time will tell. But for now, they have each other. And sometimes that's enough. Thanks for watching, goodbye.